Hello guys, welcome to the Selenium Training. Today we are going to discuss the cross-browser testing using Selenium WebDriver. So this is Anshul Chauhan from EasyBix. So let's have a look at the high-level agenda for today's training. So the very first thing what we are going to discuss is what is cross-browser testing. The next thing what we will going to discuss is how you can invoke the Chrome browser using Selenium WebDriver. Then we will see how we can invoke the IE browser using Selenium. And then we will come to FireFox. We will see how you can invoke and work with FireFox using Selenium. And in last we will see how you can invoke the Microsoft Edge using Selenium. And then we will see how you can invoke the browser dynamically in Selenium. So very first thing, what is cross-browser testing? So basically, as many people know, in today's there are a lot of browsers available in the market. As you can see, we have a Chrome, we have Firefox, we have IE, we have Microsoft Edge, we have Safari, and we have Opera as well. So there are a lot of browsers. So when we have a lot of browsers, so it's our responsibility. If we are producing a web application inside in market, then it's our responsibility to test that particular web application throughout the browsers, to all the browsers, because there are some kind of limitations with specific browsers. There are some kind of you can't execute JavaScript properly inside the IE browsers. So we will see what is cross-browser testing and how we can achieve this. Okay, so test your web application compatibility across the wide range of available browsers and making sure it works consistently and intended without any dependencies or compromising quality is called cross-browser testing. Okay, so why you need to perform the compatibility testing across the browsers? Because you have seen every browser has their own implementation, and they execute the web script, the JavaScripts or the AngularJS in their own way. So sometimes you get some kind of error in an application in Firefox, and that same application is working fine on Chrome. Or sometimes you may get error like a button is not clickable inside the IE, but the same application is working fine inside the Chrome. So so that's why because web application has the dependency on browsers. So that's why compatibility, to check the compatibility of your web application with all the browsers, it seems mandatory in market. Because if you are producing a product inside the market, then obviously it's your responsibility that it should be compatible across at least the major browsers which is available inside the market. Okay, so why cross-browser testing performed? The first thing which we consider to verify the web application components like JavaScript, AJAX request, applets, flags, etc. are consistent across all the browsers. As I have discussed already, some browsers don't support JavaScript very friendly. Like you can see some JavaScripts throw error inside the IE, but the same JavaScript works perfectly inside the Chrome. Or in fact, you can see with the new browsers, like the browsers which are available in a beta version, like currently Firefox 54 is in beta version, and you can see a lot of JavaScript error inside the console if you run any application in latest Firefox. So it's our responsibility to verify the all components across the browsers. So that's why the cross-browser testing performed. The next thing which is considerable is to verify the appearance of the page in different browsers. Is it same or is it different, or is it better on the another one? Like you can see sometimes you can see the color seems better in Chrome as compared to IE. If your web application color seems much better in Chrome, if you have any kind of hover functionality inside your application, that it may possible that it doesn't support in IE but it works fine in Chrome. If you have some custom JavaScripts, like you have a drop down which is non-standard, and you are performing some kind of custom JavaScripts in that particular drop down, so it may possible that this particular functionality doesn't support IE. So it's our responsibility to figure out the appearance. Is there any kind of deficiency in any specific browser, or is it working fine with all the browsers? So these are the points which we need to consider with the cross-browser testing. Okay, so let's come to the next. So to verify the functionality of the web application across the browser, obviously In some browsers you can see some text fields are not editable or some buttons are not clickable. So is it all about the browser dependency? So to resolve these kind of dependencies or to figure out the issues with the specific browsers in a specific area of your application, we need to perform the cross browser testing. So in the continuation, first we will see how you can invoke the browser, how you can invoke the Chrome browser using Selenium. So very first thing, to invoke the Chrome browser, we need to follow the written steps, below written steps. The first thing, we need to download the correct version of the Chrome driver. So what is Chrome driver? Basically to handle the browser, to handle the communication between the Selenium and the API and the browser, we need drivers. These drivers are not written by the Selenium guys, by the Selenium community. These are written by the Chrome driver is written by the Chromium team. Okay, so we need to download the correct driver. We will see how you can get the correct version of the Chrome driver. Then we will need to unzip that particular zip file which we have downloaded. Then we add that particular Chrome driver path inside our test script, and we need to create the instance of the Chrome driver to invoke the Chrome driver. That's it. So this is the process how we can invoke the Chrome driver. So let's have a look how you can download the Chrome driver. So to download the Chrome driver, we need to go to the Selenium official sites, seleniumhq.org. Okay, it's downloaded. So here we have a link inside the menu, download. Click on it. Scroll down the page. And you can see in the bottom, in the middle of the page, we are getting third-party browser drivers not developed by the Selenium HQ. So this is the list of the browser drivers which are available and which are compatible with the Selenium. Okay, so we are going to download the Chrome driver. So we have a Google Chrome driver. This is the version of the currently available driver. It's 2.29. So we will click on it, the version. We'll click on version. You can see here we have the Chrome driver for the Linux 32-bit, for the Linux 64-bit, Mac 64-bit, and Windows 32-bit. So it's not a the 32-bit means, it doesn't mean that it's a your OS compatibility. It's a browser. It's a browser version. The browser version is 32-bit. So we need to click on this zip file, and you can see it's downloaded. It's in my download. It's in zip file, so I need to unzip it. Let's have a look how we can unzip. Okay, it's unzipped here. Okay, so I just copy it and put it at some other place. So I opened my D drive. I have created a folder here like drivers and put the driver inside. Okay, that's it. Now we will open the Eclipse and we will create a class file, Java class, invoke browser. Click on finish. Declare a method, a public method for the implementation of the how you can invoke the browser. For the implementation of that particular task, we will develop a method, public void and invoke Chrome. Now we need to, the next thing what we need to do is we need to add the Chrome driver path inside your test scripts. So how you can do that? Because we need to add the path to communicate with the browser. So we will communicate with the browser using that particular driver. So how you can provide the path? Let's see. You need to you can do it using the system properties file. So using system.setProperty. Inside the key, we need to pass inside the key we will pass WebDriver dot driver dot WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver, WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver, and in the value we need to pass the location of that particular Chrome driver. So we have saved it inside the D drive. So I will just copy the path. Okay, I need to put it like this, and we need to pass the complete path till exe. So it's a Chrome driver dot exe. So I will provide the path Chrome driver dot exe. That's it. So this is the way how you can set the path of your particular driver inside your Selenium test scripts. Now we need to create the instance of Chrome driver. So using the WebDriver interface, we will create the instance of the Chrome driver. WebDriver, this is my reference variable, new Chrome driver. So this is the way how you can create the Chrome driver instance. So Chrome driver is a class which is implementing a WebDriver interface. That's why you are able to create the instance of Chrome driver. And to invoke any web application, we need to pass the URL of that particular web application inside the get method. So using the particular driver dot get method accepts the URL. So we will invoke the Yahoo. So HTTP, I don't know, it's a protocol secure, it's HTTPS or HTTP in dot yahoo.com. So let's have a look, will it invoke Yahoo or not, or just we will copy the Yahoo URL. Yahoo, yeah, HTTPS. So let's see, will it invoke the Yahoo or not. So how you can, now the question comes, how you can run this test. So in the last video we have seen using the TestNG, easily we can do that. So we will put test annotation over here, and we will run that particular class using a TestNG class. So you can see it has inserted the Yahoo URL in my browser, and the website is invoked completely. So let's see one more thing. Let's see how you can maximize your window. Okay, so to maximize the window, you can use driver dot window, driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. So this will maximize your window. Now after this, we have already seen in the last video how you can close the browser after the test completion. So driver dot close will close your browsers. So let's execute it one more time. So it will invoke my browser, it maximized the browser window, inserted the Yahoo URL. So it will wait until the complete page gets loaded. After the complete page gets loaded, it will close the browser. You can see, and here I am getting the result as well. Total test run 1, failure 0, skipped 0, and here you can say the result as well. Invoke Chrome test, it took 21 seconds to get it, it took 21 seconds as execution time, and the green means it got passed. So this is the way how you can invoke the Chrome driver, or how you can invoke the Chrome browser using Selenium. The next thing we will see how we can invoke the IE driver using Selenium. So guys, we have seen how we can invoke the Chrome driver. Now the next thing which we will see how we can invoke the IE driver. Okay, so the process to invoke the IE driver is not different, but you need to change some lines or some code, some your test script code. So first we are going to step-by-step process. So to invoke the IE browser, same as a Chrome, first you need to download the correct version of IE driver. Then you need to unzip your iedriver.zip file. Then you need to add the iedriver path inside the test script, and then you need to create the iedriver instance. We have seen how we can do that using for Chrome. So now we will see how we can do it for the IE. Okay. So we again go to the Selenium official site, it is Selenium HQ, and go inside the driver portion. So you can see here I am not getting any driver for IE. You can see this is the list. We have the driver for Mozilla, for Chrome, Opera, Microsoft Edge, Goose, HTML Unit, Safari, Windows Phone, Shell Android. But this list doesn't contain the driver for IE. So how you can download the IE driver? Don't worry. The IE driver link is not present in the over there. The IE driver link is present here. The Selenium Internet Explorer driver server. Download version 3.4. Okay, so we have two versions, the 32-bit window IE and for 64-bit window IE. Guys, although they are compatible, they both are compatible with the 64-bit machine, but I prefer 32-bit window IE with my machine is 64-bit, but I will prefer this, the 32-bit. Why? There is a reason, because 32-bit IE driver is much stable as compared to 64-bit IE driver. Okay, so I just download it. It's already downloaded over here. I will extract the file. Extract here. Okay, this is my extracted driver. Now I will keep it inside my drivers directory. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now we will again come to our code. We will create again a different test, another test. Public void invoke IE. Okay, and we will put the same process, system dot set property, and inside the key I will pass WebDriver dot IE dot driver, and here I will pass the path of my IE driver exe. So let's have the path of IE driver exe. It's inside the D drivers. And what is the name of my exe file? I will put over here. It's once you will put the path of IE driver or any driver, please be conscious the characters. There should be no there should not be any kind of typo error inside your path. Okay, it is a case sensitive, so please careful when you will type the path of your driver. Now we will create the instance of my IE driver, WebDriver dot driver new Internet Explorer driver. So Internet Explorer driver is the class which is implementing the WebDriver interface. Okay, now again we will put driver dot manage dot window dot maximize to maximize the window, and we will put URL over here get. Okay, this time okay, let's try to invoke our website, our own website, www.easybix.com, and after this complete the close the browser. So let's have a look how it will execute. So we have a test annotation. So just because we don't want to invoke the Chrome, so we will remove the test annotation from that particular Chrome driver. Okay, I have done any mistake over here. Just a minute. Yes, I did a mistake. No, and put the annotation, test annotation before this method. Okay, so now the TestNG will take this particular method as a test method and execute it. Let's execute as a TestNG. So you can see my IE browser is invoked. but it is not inserting any URL. So let me check. We have one failure. Let's find out the reason. Unexpected error launching Internet Explorer. Browser zoom level is set 125% and it should be set to 100%. Friends, we are getting an error here. Browser zoom level was set to 125% and it should be 100%. So in many systems there is a limitation. In many systems there is configuration. It's all depends on your system resolution. Actually it's a 1920 by I think 1920 by 1080 browser screen resolution. It's an HD screens. That's why I'm getting 125 browser resolution by default. So to work with the Selenium, to work with the IE with Selenium, we need to change the zoom level in IE browser. We need to set it 100% and close it. Now again we will execute our test. Let's see how it will execute the IE, and you can see my website is getting loaded over here. Yes, and after the complete page load it will close the browser. So you can see one test, failure 0, skip 0. You can see my test got passed. So to work with IE you need to set the browser zoom level first. So friends, we have seen how you can work with the IE. The next thing, let's see how we can invoke the FireFox browser. So the process is same. We need to download the correct version of the driver, then we need to unzip it and then put the path inside my test script and create the instance of the driver. Basically there is some additional information with FireFox. Earlier, up to Selenium version 2.53, there was no need of any driver to invoke the FireFox. The FireFox support was inbuilt in Selenium, but in Selenium 3 we need to invoke the FireFox with the driver. Okay, so the driver which is available for the FireFox is Gecko driver. So let's go to the official website of Selenium and let's go to the driver section. So here you are getting a Mozilla Gecko driver. You can see the version is 0.16.1, which is I think this was updated 4 or 5 days before. So it's a very new driver. The version starts from 0, you can see. So the use of Gecko driver comes when Selenium 3 launch in market. Before Selenium 3 there was no need to download and configure the driver for FireFox. Okay, so we will click on this and you can see here I have some links. So I need to download for Windows. So my OS is 64-bit, so I will download the Gecko driver Windows 64-bit file. So I will download it. So it's getting downloaded. Again we need to extract this file. We will copy the driver and put it inside my driver directory. I think over here, the Gecko driver. Okay, now we need to create the script. So again the same script. So using put any extra effort, I will copy this script and modify it. Invoke FireFox. Okay, so in system.set property we need to insert driver.gecko.driver and provide the path of the Gecko driver inside the path of in my path variable. So it's like driver and Gecko driver.exe. So I replace the IE driver path with the Gecko driver, and here I need to create the instance of FireFox driver. So FireFox driver is a class which is implementing the WebDriver interface. The rest process will be the same, driver.manage.window.maximize to maximize the window, and driver.get to get the URL, and driver.close to close the Firefox. So basically with the Firefox we have issue. We can see once we will execute this test. So I hope you will get the issue. Let's discuss it once we will get it. So execute it using the TestNG. So you can see there is a log, the particular browser is opened and it will insert the URL. The page is getting load and it got closed. You can see there are a lot of logs printed in my console, which was not the case with Chrome and IE, but with Firefox there is a lot of logs printed in your console, you can see. And have you noticed when it was closing the browser, we got a pop-up? If you have not noticed, then I will execute the test case again. Just see, we was getting a pop-up. So that's the exact thing why we are performing this cross-browser testing. Same application, I'm not getting any kind of pop-up in IE or Chrome, but I'm getting the pop-up in Firefox. So this is the behavior of the browsers. The all JavaScripts and the Ajax call or the AngularJS call depends on browser execution, how your browser is executing your application client-side scripting. Okay, so this is the way how we can open the Firefox. Okay, so we have seen how we can invoke the Firefox, we have seen how we can invoke the IE, and how we can invoke the Chrome. So let's come to the next browser. So now we will see how we can invoke the Microsoft Edge. Okay, the procedure is same, but the implementation is a bit different. Let's see how we can do that. Okay, so to invoke the Microsoft Edge, we need to follow the written steps. Yeah, definitely. The Windows 10 is mandatory to use the Edge driver, because Edge is not available inside below Windows 10. I think in Windows 7 we don't have any support for Edge, and in Windows 10 it's an inbuilt. So for the Edge to work with the Edge driver, the Windows 10 is mandatory, and fortunately I'm using the Windows 10 system. So we need to download the correct version, same process, and unzip it and add the path inside my test script and execute it. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. Again, we need to download the correct version, we need to go to the Selenium official site, Selenium. Okay, we need to go to the driver section, and here I am getting the link for the Microsoft Edge. Just click on it, it will open in a new page. Okay, and the window is bit different, and here I am getting the downloadable links. But you can see here are a lot of release available, and so how you can be sure which release is compatible with your which is the latest release and which is compatible with your system. So there is some kind of limitations, because it's a new driver and the OS is also new. So there are some kind of limitations with the Windows 10 and Microsoft Edge. To work with Microsoft Edge, you need to download the compatible drivers with your OS. The drivers are the driver and your OS should be compatible. So from here you can get the information from the left pane. Download the correct Microsoft driver server version of your build. So these drivers are dependent on the build version of my OS. So how you can find the build version of your OS? So there is a way mentioned over here how you can find the build version of your OS. To find your correct build number, go to the start, then setting, system, and about. So go to start, then go to setting. Setting, click on it, then we need to go to system, and then we need to go to about. So yes, you can see here they have mentioned the build version 1607, and the OS build is 14393. Okay, so I need to find out the compatible version. The support version for my OS release 14393, release for 14393. You can see my Edge browser version was 14393. So I need to download this version. Okay, so I will download it. I will click it. The exe is in my system. It's get downloaded. Now I will go to the drivers and put inside my drivers directory. Okay, the rest of the process will be same. We will create another method, so we will copy it and paste it one more time. Remove the test annotation, so from the first method, and invoke edge, edge. Okay, we need to replace the gecko with the edge because we are going to invoke the edge webdriver.edge.driver, and we need to provide the path of my Microsoft Edge driver.exe. Go to the driver and I will copy the path and paste it in my script. Okay, because I am just replacing the exe version because my all drivers are available at the same locations. And to invoke the edge driver, definitely we need to create the instance of the edge, so edge driver, and the rest of the process will be same, driver.manage.window, and we will go to our website and we will close it. So in this particular script you will see the execution on edge should be much better, and the execution will be very fast on edge. So you can see in last test the execution time was 11 seconds. Okay, so let's execute it on edge. Run edge, TestNG. Yeah, definitely. So it will invoke the edge. The website, the page is getting load. It's loaded and it closed my test. So you can see one test, 0 failure, 0 escape. So let's have a look. Okay, so I'm getting the execution time 14 seconds, which is which is higher than as compared to FireFox. But when you will run long test on Edge, then you will see Edge is the Edge browser is fast as compared to FireFox or as compared to IE. Even sometimes I feel it is the Edge is fast as compared to Chrome as well. Okay, so this is the way how we can invoke the Edge, how we can invoke the Edge driver. Okay, so the next thing what we are going to discuss, invoke the browser dynamically. So what does it mean? How you can invoke the browser dynamically? So it means that we will read the browser name at runtime, and we will invoke that particular browser what we will need, what we need. Suppose at runtime you need to execute all your tests on Chrome. Okay, then you will pass Chrome. So your system, your script will recognize, okay, we need to execute the test on Chrome, so it will invoke the Chrome. If you pass Mozilla, then it will invoke the test on Firefox or Mozilla Firefox. If you pass Edge, then it will invoke the test on Edge. If you will pass IE, then it will invoke the test on IE. So how we can achieve it, how we can do it? Okay, so we are going to see how you can perform the browser, how you can invoke the browser dynamically. Okay, so we will see using these ways. First thing, we will use the local variables to provide the name of the browser, and then we will use the Java properties files to read the browser name and invoke the browser dynamically. The third thing, we will use some kind of third-party data source. Okay, so let's see how we can implement it. So let's see the first way using the local variable. So we will create a script. So do we need okay, just create a new class. Invoke browser dynamically, or let's have a first test. Okay, so let's do it in a bit of professional way. So first we will declare our class variables. So let's declare like first we will declare the variable. So we will declare the WebDriver instance, WebDriver driver, and assign it a null value. Okay, then we are going to use all the browsers. So we need to define the path of all my browsers, all my browser drivers. So define the path at a class level will be a good practice. Okay, so string edge path, and what is my edge driver path? Is inside my driver directory. Okay, and put it over here. Same way we will declare the path for Chrome path, okay, and we will pass the Chrome driver path over here. Okay, using the same way we will declare the path for FireFox and for IE as well. Path FireFox, Mozilla, I think its name is Gecko driver. Let me check again. Yeah, Gecko driver.exe, and path for IE. Oh no, IE path, and it's a IE driver server. Let's copy it, put it over here, iDriverServer.exe. So we have declared the class level variables, my class level variables. Okay, now we will create a method, public void invoke browser, and it will accept a string level parameter, browser name. Okay, now put if browser name dot equal ignore case Chrome, then system dot set property WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver, and provide the Chrome driver's path over here. So Chrome path we have declared inside my class variables, the Chrome path, this. Okay, we will declare one more variable, string browser. Okay, let's sign it in null for the time being, and we will use it later. Okay, and we will create the instance of the Chrome driver. So driver equals to new Chrome driver. Any problem? I think we are going good. Okay, put else if okay, and if browser name equal ignore case equals to FireFox equals to Mozilla or FireFox. Okay, then what we will do, invoke the FireFox. So system dot set property, and here again WebDriver dot Gecko dot driver, and here I will pass the path of my Gecko driver, Mozilla path, and invoke the FireFox driver equals to new FireFox driver. Okay, else if condition browser equal case dot equal ignore case, if it's a IE, then system dot set property will put the same code over here, and it's IE, just replace the Gecko with IE and the path of the IE driver, the path of the IE driver here, over here. Okay, and invoke the IE driver dot equals to new IE Internet Explorer driver here. Good. Else if else, and I don't need to put any if over here. Else if the driver is not Chrome or not a Mozilla or not IE, then by default invoke the Edge driver. You can put the if condition here as well, otherwise it will, if it doesn't meet any of these conditions, then it will go to the by default else, by default in the else, and it will invoke the code what is written over, what is written inside the else. Okay, so system, just to paste, copy our code and we will change it. So system dot set property and edge dot driver, and pass the edge path, and pass the edge path over here, edge path. Okay, and invoke the edge driver, edge driver. Okay, do one thing, just don't it will confuse you, path, put if here as well, and browser name dot equal ignore case. I hope you know why I am using equal ignore case instead of equal, because it will not maybe you have mentioned here Chrome in small letters and you are providing the variable name or the variable value in capital letters. So if we will put equal, then it will not go inside this if condition. Okay, that's why I am putting the equal ignore case. So it will don't care about the case sensitivity of your string. And here I will put edge. That's it. No. Okay. Now we create another method, or test method, inside which we will invoke the application. So public void invoke application. Okay, and here I will call the invoke method, invoke browser, and I will pass the browser value over here, which is null for the time being. Now what I will do, I will call the driver dot get, and I will pass the URL over here. So it will be http www.easybix.com, and I will close the driver dot close. Okay, so this is the way, this is the first way using the local variable. So you can see I have assigned a value in local variable. Suppose put it Chrome over here and execute. Sorry, it's a string, so I need to put it inside the double quote. Okay, and execute the scripts. Let's have a look. Execute the scripts. Run is okay. I need to put the test annotation over my test case. So you can see if I didn't mention the test notation over my test case, then I was not getting the option run as TestNG. So it will invoke, you can see it invokes the Chrome browser and it is inserting the URL inside the Chrome. Okay, the page is getting downloaded, it's downloaded completely, and test code passed. Okay, put the driver dot maximize over here to driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. So for our verification, just change the name. Like suppose I want to use Edge, I want to use as browser for my execution. So I will put Edge over there and I will execute the script, run as. So you can see it's the application is invoked in Edge, the Edge is invoked and the application is inside the Edge. Okay, so you can see this time Edge was very fast. Have you seen? So this is the way how you can invoke the browser dynamically. So implementation will be same. For the time being, I have hard coded the value in my browser string. At runtime or in your application or in your test script, you can assign the value to the browser using some kind of other approaches, like you have stored the value inside your properties file. You are changing the browser name in your properties file, and these properties file are directly you are calling your property file inside this test script, and you are getting the browser value from your properties file. The third way you can use, you can store the browser value inside any third-party data source, like you have mentioned the browser value inside any text file, inside any CSV file or Excel file, and you are reading that Excel file and you are assigning the browser value, or you are assigning a value to the browser variable at runtime. You are reading some kind of values from Excel file, then what that particular value is getting written, you are assigning that value to the browser, and the browser is again reflecting inside my test script, and the destined browser is getting loaded. Okay, the target browser is getting loaded. So this is the way how you can perform the cross browser testing and how you can invoke the browser dynamically. So using the same way as we have seen how we can invoke the browser dynamically using local variables, so using the same way you can use Java properties file and you can use some kind of third-party sources. So that's all for the day. Thank you guys. So let's see what we have seen from the beginning. Let's see what we have seen, what we have covered today. So we have seen what is cross browser testing. We have seen invoke the Chrome browser, and we have seen how we can invoke the IE browser too. We have seen how we can invoke the Firefox, and we have seen how we can invoke the Microsoft Edge, and in last we have seen how we can invoke the browser dynamically. So this is all about how we can invoke the browser dynamically. If you have any question, any doubt, then you can put your question and doubt inside the comment, and we will happy to answer you. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Have a good day.